Hi, world. So, today I kind of wanted to talk about the alternative hierarchy that's going on Instagram and just on the internet in general. I noticed as a 27-year-old woman that the alternative community, the goth community, anybody associated with anything unusual, abnormal, or interesting, uh, and I'm in that group, whether they want me in it or not. Anyway, I just wanted to talk real quickly about my inner thoughts about these people, specifically on Instagram, for example. So, on my Instagram, I see so many people hating on other people who are, as different and unusual as they are. And I'm just, in my head, I'm like, is this how you act? Is this who you are as a person? Because I myself do not have any alternative friends. Why is that, you might be asking? Well, because I've never met one that I actually get along with. And I find that very interesting because that's the same case for me on the internet. And I just think to myself, I'm like, am I... Now, for me, being what I am, stop cat, I am very different and unusual, just as anybody else in the alternative fashion community or anything. And by alternative, I mean anything under that category. Sorry, my cat's attacking my hand. Stop. Do you mind? Anyway, I'm so sorry. What was I talking about? Alternative, oh yeah. It seems to me, that there is some sort of hierarchy going on in the alternative community where these people go on Instagram, go online, and state things such as, oh, you have to do this, this, and this to be called this. You have to do this, this, and this to be called goth. You have to do this, this, and this to be called emo. You have to be this, this, and this to do this, this, and this. Who cares? First of all, why should I listen to you? Who made you the alternative ruler? Because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't Sally across the street. People on the internet. A lot of, you don't know who's on the internet. And I feel like a lot of these people are easily manipulated because they care so much about the opinion and approval of other people. Because they look up to them, or because they think they look cool, or because of whatever other reasons they have. And I just sit there and think, wow, that could never be me. I could never sit there and pretend to be something that I'm not for the approval of people online that I don't even know. There's people who go online and complain about, for example, Shein. Now, yes, I know Shein has its issues with child labor, which I personally don't have a problem with, because these people are feeding their families. And to say that I'm a piece of shit because I am giving these people a job to feed their families, that just doesn't compute. How old are you? Would you want to lose your job? Would you want, to lose your job? I just don't understand. And in these other countries, child labor is okay sometimes. Apparently it is okay if they're allowing it. And at the end of the day, these people, like I said, are working to make a living, just like everybody else in the United States and everywhere around the world. Is that okay? That I am buying something from them so that they may feed their families? Is that okay? That I may do that as a customer and not be called a piece of shit? Because I know in my heart that these people are hard workers. I'm a hard worker too. And I understand that they might not get fair wages. They might have to work their asses off. But that really goes to show that our country, the country that I live in, the United States, is actually a very fortunate place to be. And if you look at, other countries such as Bangladesh and stuff, other people that make our clothes, it is very unfortunate. But I have watched documentaries, and I remember there was this guy there that said, hey, if I did not work here, I would die. So I think not supporting these people for those reasons is insane. Because, like I said, they're working to live. And if you take away their jobs, then how will they survive? If somebody took away my job, would I be happy? No, I wouldn't. Guess why? Because rent, because food, because I have a child to take care of, because I have a pet to feed. No, I would not be happy. I would be under the struggle bus 9,000. No, I would not be happy if some people across the country decided, oh, I'm not going to buy from these people because they're trying to feed their families. Oh, well, excuse me. Oh, so you're going to take away my job? Excuse me? No, I need this job. And I think they need their jobs because they're hardworking people that want to pay rent and buy food. I don't know. I didn't think it was rocket science that these people have to purchase food and buy a place to live. I need a roof over my head. Why wouldn't they need a roof over their head? I don't know. What is the thinking behind that? Now, there's also other problems such as environmental factors. Now that one definitely gets to me more than the child labor because, like I said, our country may not be, that kind of country, but if they're allowing it in their country, that's none of my business. I don't know what's going on in their family. They might need their child to work, and that's why they're allowing it, to pay rent, to purchase food for their families. I don't know. That's why I don't have a problem with it. Also, I can't comprehend the people telling me that I'm a piece of shit because I'm giving these people a job to do, okay? Yes, they're working hard. I work hard too. I mean, maybe not as hard as they work, but at the end of the day, every single person in the world needs to work to make a living, and that's how it works. So anyway, get off me. My cat, dude, he's attacking me. Anyway, now the environmental factors of like Shein and Temu, fast fashion in general, they're all very, that's more worrisome to me than Shein or Temu because, sorry, my cat's going through his like puberty phase where he's just trying to play and attack everything. Don't worry about him. Anyway, he's fine. But, yes, I know there's a lot of clothes going to landfills and, countries like Bangladesh have clothes everywhere because of all the people throwing away their clothes. It's very unfortunate, very gross and nasty. But I don't throw away my clothes. I don't know if Shein is throwing away clothes from their factory. Can you stop? I'm about to throw him out. I'm about to throw him in the snow. But anyway, I'm not fucking joking. But anyway, I'm about to throw him in the toilet. But anyway, that's how I feel. He keeps coming up to me meowing. No, just stop. But anyway. But yeah, I'm just saying, environmental factors, they do worry me more because, that's gross. But I'm not doing it. I'm not throwing away anything. So, I don't know. I mean, plus, these people are the same people that are going to the grocery store and, buying a bunch of groceries, and they have plastic bags and they got trash. Where do you think your trash and plastic bags is going? You think it's going up Santa's asshole? I don't know. I don't know where you thought it was going, but it's definitely probably going to these countries that you're so worried about. I don't know, man. I'm not quite sure, but at the end of the day, human beings are not the best for the environment. And no, Shein, isn't the best, and I don't really care. Genuinely, I don't. Do I care about the environment? A little bit, but not that much. Why? Because I'm only going to live the next 50, 60 years. And then I'll be gone. Well, why should I care? I really genuinely don't think so. But yeah, I mean, I got a kid, but hopefully, AI will, give us the technology we need to dispose of these things correctly and help our environment. And that's my wishes. That's also why I'm not too worried about it, because AI is developing nicely, and I think eventually the robots are going to be able to get rid of our landfills and trash in great ethical ways and manners by disintegrating the trash and turning it into grass. That would be great. Straight up magic. I think that would be fantastic. And that's my hope for the future, but I don't know if that'll happen. But anyway, yeah, genuinely, even if I sat here and sewed my own clothes, I don't have the time for that. First of all, I'm a mother. I have 2 full-time jobs. I got being a mother and going to my actual job. Not only that, I gotta go to the gym. And I also choose to do social media because I enjoy it and I want to do that. So that's why I do that. I'm just a very busy person. And I just, I do enjoy sewing. And I enjoy making clothes, but I can't just sit here and these people telling me, "Oh, you got to make your own closet." Do you know how many clothes I have in my closet? I have so many clothes in my closet, it'd make you throw up. And I use all of my clothes. And I feel like a lot of people, sometimes they'll buy something and then not use it and then get rid of it. Now, I don't usually do that. Usually when I get something that I don't use, it's from somebody that gave me a gift. And usually I don't like what their style is. And I go, why would you think that I would wear that? Because I don't even look like a grandma. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they think I would want hanging earrings this big that look like little giant sun dials. I don't wear that. Do you see me wearing that? Because I don't. I don't know where you thought that was my style, but it wasn't. Stuff like that, for example. Yes, I'll get rid of that. And, I don't know. I'm not really trying to stick up for myself. I'm just giving you guys reasons as to why I do the things I do. Also, yeah, the environment, I'm not super worried about it. If I'm being honest, I got a life to live. And in my country, there's not a bunch of stuff everywhere. And I know that sounds weird, but, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not inherently my problem because I'm not living in that. Does that make sense? I'm not worried about it because it's not in my reality. Now, if it was in my reality, yes, I'd be worried about it. But it's not. In my reality, from my perception, I am seeing my apartment, I'm living my life, and that's the last thing I'm worried about is another country. Okay? I gotta worry about me. After that, I don't even worry about my own country. First of all, I'm only worried about me. I'm only worried about how I live my life. And I feel like that's how the majority of people live. And I feel like that's okay. No, I'm not saying that, first of all, I feel like if Shein was that big of an issue, that it should be illegal. But why haven't they made it illegal? China, can you explain why, if Shein is ruining the environment, why isn't it illegal? Huh? Why isn't it illegal? Why don't you stop? I don't know. I just feel like, they allow the child labor as the country of China. They allow pollution and all that stuff and all that bullshit happening. Why is that allowed? Huh? Maybe we should be asking them, why is that allowed, China? Huh? Because I'm just wondering, am I still going to purchase from you? Absolutely. Because I want to. And that's my decision. As a human being on this planet Earth, if I want to be the girl to give these Chinese children jobs to do, then I will be that girl. If I want to be the girl to help pollute planet Earth, then I will be that girl. And I'm not joking, I'm serious. Now, plenty of people do things to pollute the earth, like exist, for example. Exist with all your trash and with all your, your stuff that you throw away. I know you throw away wrappers. I know you throw away plastic bags you get from the grocery store. You're polluting the earth too. Do you drive? Oh, there you go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody is bad for the world. What are we going to do about it, people? I don't know. Am I going to sit here and worry about it? No. I got shit to do. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people got shit to do. The people that don't have shit to do are going to come to my channel and complain. Because that's how it is. You don't have a life. You don't have shit to do. So you're going to come to my channel and complain when you could be making your own channel talking about the environment and how to fix it. Why don't you do that instead of coming to my channel and complaining to me about something that won't change my mind? Because nobody on this planet Earth is going to change my mind but me. And that's the reality. Many people, hundreds of people, have given me comments after comments of how this, and this is bad. Well, guess what? Guess who doesn't care? Me. And guess who won't change her mind? Me. Because first of all, when people belittle you, the last thing you want to do is listen to their word. When people talk shit about you, the last thing you want to do is go, oh, I'm going to comply to everything you want me to do. Oh. No, absolutely not, nerd. I'm not going to sit there and listen to every single thing you want me to do. Because I'm not a robot. I am a human being. And yes, I'm brown. And if if your ancestors were my slave owners, you might go, oh, well, I thought I wanted one. Well, guess what? This little brown girl isn't going to be your slave to do whatever you want them to do. I don't know. That's how I feel. And genuinely, I'm bringing that up as a joke, but I might mean it a little bit. I bring up a lot of racist things and jokes, and I might mean them a little bit. And I'm genuine about it. I might genuinely mean that a little bit. But I'm very honest. And I feel like that's what gets people. And they go, why are you so honest? Why are you so honest that you don't care? Well, because you see me purchasing from these places, don't you? And yes, I am very educated about the environment and all the things that happen between there and us and all that. It's not great. But do I care enough? No. And that's your answer. So to come here and complain to me as if it's going to change my mind, even though hundreds of people have already done that, is genuine stupidity. Genuinely, it's dumb. Because I'm not going to change my mind, because I am a free-thinking woman who has the gall to speak her mind and her truth on the internet for all the little alternatives to listen to, and for them to come and complain because, oh, they are the leader. Who made you leader? Because it wasn't me. Oh my God, no it wasn't. I don't know. But yeah, there are goth people and alternative people who buy from Shein. I follow a few of them. And yes, they're not pieces of shit. First of all, that's the one thing that pisses me off. You don't know these people. You don't know their situation. You don't know how much money they get per month. You don't know how much money they have to spend on, their children, their pets, whatever. You don't know nothing about them. You don't know anything about their lives. You don't know anything about their personality. You don't know anything about how they treat other people other than what you decide because, oh, they bought something on the internet and I didn't like it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. There's lots of things people do that I don't like. Am I going to sit there and complain all day? No. Why? Because I got better things to do. Oh my God. I got better things to do than try to argue with people online. Oh my God. Yes, I do have better things to do. Like making videos. Because why is that a better thing to do? Because I like doing it. That's why. And this is a hobby that I like to do, such as sewing, such as going to the gym. It's an enjoyable activity that I may do, and I will choose to do, because I am a creative soul online making content for other people to complain, because I already know they're going to come complain because they don't have anything better to do. Maybe you should get a job. Maybe you should get a boyfriend. Maybe you should save up for a house. I don't know. Maybe you should go do something else instead of try to complain to me when you are not going to change my perspective. And that's just it. And, I don't know. There's just a lot of political stuff going on. I don't like politics. I've said this in my past videos. I don't like politics. I don't want to have anything to do with politics. I don't know anything about the political parties. I don't want to know anything about the political parties. I think it's stupid. I think it's idiotic. I think it creates conflict when we have separate parties. How about we all just have individual minds? How about that? How about I just have my own brain with my own thoughts and not put myself in a group full of different types of people, because each group has different types of people anyway. Even if you're in the same party, I'm sure not every person thinks the same. That's just not how it works. It shouldn't even be called a party. It's not a party. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah, but I don't like politics. And a lot of alternative people say, oh, it's about politics. No. Don't even start. No. You can literally Google, is goth about politics? It's going to tell you no. It's so easy. Even if it was about politics, you can do whatever you want. If you like the fashion and you like to dress in a gothic manner, call yourself goth. Don't let the internet tell you no, because they're stupid. And they're jealous because you don't care what they think. And they did, which is why they're conforming to other people's expectations of who they should be. Is because they care and you don't. And that's why they're attacking you, is because they go, oh, this person, they're a free-thinking person. And I don't like that because I can't do that. No, you can do that. You choose not to because you want validation from other people. And I don't. I don't want validation. If somebody comes up to me, calls me a poser, do I care? Absolutely not, because I'm not here for your validation. I'm here to dress the way I want to dress, call my style whatever I want to call it, and have a good day. That's literally it. I'm here to be me, have a good day, be my creative soul self, and not worry about other people online and what they have to say, because first of all, I don't care about what they have to say. Second of all, if they have anything negative to say, I already know that they are not like me, because I don't go around belittling people and being negative towards people because of something so stupid. If somebody comes up to me and says something rude, am I going to say something rude back? Maybe, because I'm a human being. And that's how human beings react sometimes. If you go up to somebody and tell them something rude, are they going to look at you like you're an imbecile? Absolutely, because that's how they're perceiving you, because you don't know how to socialize. And that's what I think. I think a lot of these negative thinking people don't know how to socialize, because if they did, they would step off and go away and be themselves somewhere else where they matter. Because that's what I do. I have a lot of friends in reality because I know how to socialize. I take the time to talk to people in a positive manner, not in a negative manner. If you're going to be a negative Nancy, nobody's going to want to be your friend. And that's how it works on the internet too. If you're going to be a negative Nancy to some random person on the internet, that says more about you than it says about them. It says you don't know how to socialize. That's what it screams to me, is that you have problems socializing and I don't. So I don't know, maybe you want to do a little social experiment and insult somebody. Why don't you try saying what you just said to me, but in real life? Let's see how they react, because they're going to be looking at you like you have mental issues, because that's how I would perceive it as well, because that's not how you socialize. And I feel like this is called social media. This isn't called, act like a clown and have no repercussions media. I just feel like if you're going to go up to people and belittle them for, buying Shein or whatever, you wouldn't do that in real life. And if you would, people would be looking at you like this, because it's silly. And that's what I have to say. It's silly. If you want to speak up about how you feel, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if somebody's preaching to me, I'm not going to like them. In fact, I'm going to walk away mid-sentence, because I do not like that. I do not want to hear it, and you are not going to change my mind. Guess why? Because I'm a free thinker, and I have my own brain. I don't know if you thought I didn't have my own brain, but here I am with my own thoughts and my own words and my own perspective of, the world. I don't know. It's not difficult to allow people to have free will. I feel like that needs to be a thing. To allow other people to have free will in, any community. Not only the alternative community, however, I do feel like the alternative community, meaning every single person grouped in that community, such as the goths, emos, whatever, there is a lot of judgment. There is a lot of, I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. Anybody knows if you're better, you're not going to be saying that kind of stuff. First of all, that's ridiculous. If you're better, you wouldn't be going around calling people posers, because that's not what the better person does, first of all. Second of all, I don't know. It's ridiculous. If you're in your 30s going online calling people posers, there's an issue. There's an issue with an infantile mind. Where are you inside? Are you in middle school? Because that brain needs to mature and grow, because it hasn't. And I think it's time to flower into an adult. And that's what I think. I feel like it's very infantile, very immature, very stupid, in fact. And I really genuinely think that a lot of these people have social disorders. They have problems socializing in real life, so they go online because they hate everybody, because nobody wants to talk to them. They go online and bully people because they don't know how to act. Yes, you've made that very clear in your messages to me, that you don't know how to socialize, that you don't know how to act. And I understand. I can tell from all the little words you've said that you don't know how to socialize, and that's fine. It takes practice. But I suggest, if you don't know how to socialize, to actually go outside and try to talk to real people. Because the way you talk to real people is the way you should be talking to people online. And that's what I think. It's called social media, not I'm going to do whatever I want and have no repercussions media, because that's ridiculous. And I do think, listening to the opinion of others is okay to an extent. However, if you feel like you need to change your own opinion, even though you don't want to, I feel like that's an issue. Everybody needs to have their own free will to dress how they want, to do what they want, within reason, such as purchasing something online from Shein, Temu, wherever. If somebody chooses to do that and they know about everything, it's not okay to go around calling them pieces of shit. It isn't. You're not going to change them. You're not going to change their mind. You're not going to change my mind. I'm a free-thinking individual. I have my own thoughts. I have my own things going on in my life. I don't have the time or energy to worry about people on the internet who I don't even know, who don't even know me. They don't know my situation. They don't realize how busy I am. They don't know anything about me at all. And they decide that I'm a piece of shit because that's how they feel on the inside. They feel negatively on the inside because their mind is not positive. And I can't deal with that. I'm not like you. I have a very positive mind. I'm a very positive thinker. So those people that go around belittling other people, I just can't understand that. Let people live their lives. Everybody matters. Every single person, not just you. Now, I know I said that, and you might be going, oh, what about the Shein people? Like I said, they matter too. I'm giving them a job so they can feed their families. Does that make sense? I literally have stated that already. These people are working hard to feed their families. And to take that away as an entitled person that you think you are because you think you're doing the right thing, taking away foreign people's jobs so they can't purchase groceries, is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous mindset that you think that you're doing the right thing when you're literally taking away jobs from people who need to feed their families. I don't understand that mindset. Yes, there's pollution problems. Yes, there's problems with working too hard and all that stuff. There's all kinds of problems in the United States too. There's problems everywhere in the world. Am I going to sit here and worry about it? No, but I do realize that every single person has to work for a living. And I realize that if I was them, I would not want my job taken away, no matter how hard it is, because I want to buy food for my family. I want to have a roof over my head. And it's that simple. What a concept that I don't want my job taken away. What a concept that these people, I bet, do not want their jobs taken away. And it's so easy. I don't know. And that's how I feel. I don't know. I can rant all day. I can rant for an hour. I can rant for 3. I really can. I can rant for 3 hours. I'm just saying, I got a lot. going on in my head. I got a lot going on in my brain. And I just think, genuinely, that these people, they call me selfish, yet they don't sit there and think, what if this person's trying to feed their family? What if this person is real and exists and they have a job so that they can buy groceries? But, oh, I'm not going to buy from them because I think that them having a job is wrong. I think that them having a kid work for their families, to feed their families, oh, that's wrong. That their kid is trying to feed their families? Excuse you? Excuse you? You sound so entitled. You sound so entitled. You sound pretentious. You said, oh, well, my kid doesn't have to do that, so your kid shouldn't either. Haha. Yeah, well, you're lucky then, aren't you? So count your lucky stars, because not the whole world is full of children that work. Okay, America? Okay, modern day people that don't have to deal with that? I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that these people sat there and they really thought that they were doing something good for the people when they're not. What they're trying to do is take away jobs so that they can't feed their families. That's absolutely ridiculous that you think you're doing something great because you're not. I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. I don't know. I want to feed my family, you know. I don't get it. But, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, makeup. So there's a lot of alternative people who sit there and preach about child labor. To me and to other people who purchase Shein, Temu, whatever. And their only argument, for some reason, isn't about the environment, but instead about the child labor. Well, guess what, sweetie? Your little white face paint that you're wearing was made using child labor. Your fancy eyeshadow with sparkles in it was made using child labor. Your lipstick, child labor. Your blush, child labor. Where do you think your makeup comes from, ladies? Huh? Santa's ass crack? No, it doesn't. Okay? It comes from these poor countries that have children working for their families or even as slaves. And it's sad that there's still slaves, yes. And it's very sad. For makeup. And yes, I wear makeup. Many women wear makeup. A lot of goth girls wear makeup. What are you going to do, goth girls? Huh? You're not going to wear makeup no more? Uh-oh. Oh, my blemishes. My blemishes. I don't feel beautiful anymore. Sweetie. What about the child labor? Is that what I don't know. Do you understand my point here? I feel like I'm making my point to some extent that these people are hypocrites. These people go online and preach, and yet they got a full face of child labor makeup all over their face. Bam. Ridiculous. Sweetie, do you purchase makeup every month? Because guess who made that? Children. Children. Oh my God. Oh, but you're still going to purchase it, aren't you? Oh, why is that? Why is that? Because you get the benefit. Sounds kind of like me. In my Shein and Temu thing that I have going on. My fast fashion thing. Sounds kind of like that. I get the benefit, and so do you. You get your little makeup. Big brain. Big brain moment. A lot of people wear makeup. A lot. Not every girl, but a lot. There's a lot. Okay. Am I going to call them pieces of shit? No. Never would I ever. Maybe, ironically, Maybe you're an ironic piece of shit. I'm just kidding. As a joke. But all jokes aside, no. It's ridiculous. It's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Or, oh, you're going to tell everybody that shops at Walmart they're a piece of shit because of the fast fashion? Ridiculous. What, you're going to tell everybody that gets their Starbucks coffee they're pieces of shit now? Everything. Everything, man, is made using these awful methods, child labor, everything. Coffee, chocolate, bananas, blueberries, cattle. You eat beef? Child labor. I'm not joking either. Go on dol.gov. It has a list of every single out-of-country affair that has child labor, and every single item, and if it was slave labor, forced labor, or child labor. A whole list. And it's a long, extensive list, too. Yeah? What are you going to do? Not purchase bananas now? Well, I love bananas. Oh, am I a piece of shit for eating bananas now? Am I a piece of shit for eating poultry? I don't think so. I eat to live. And you know what? I'm going to drink my Starbucks coffee, too, while I buy my Shein order. And support these Chinese families that need to buy food for their children. Is that okay? I feel like these people are very one-sided. They're going, oh, I'm the correct one and you're not. Yeah, well, there's two sides to every story. Yes, they might overwork those Shein workers, but at the end of the day, they're getting a paycheck. Paycheck, baby. Paycheck. That's what it's all about. Survival. That's just how it is sometimes. You work for money. That's how it is. You work for money. We've all done it. We've all done it. Unless you're not an adult, then maybe you haven't. And maybe you should not be in this conversation. If you've never worked a day in your life. It's ridiculous. I don't know, but maybe I should end this video. I don't know. But I guess you can let me know in the comments what you think. Preferably, if you complain, keep it brief. Because if you complain in paragraph upon paragraph, and you think you're going to change my mind, I have a sad reality check for you coming up in my reply. It's going to be a smile that says, you still didn't change my mind. And then I'm going to purchase something from Shein right after I'm done replying to your comment. And I really mean that. And I'm going to go buy a Starbucks coffee after, too. What are you going to do about it? Oh, I'm going to eat a banana while I'm in the car. Oh, yeah. And listen to my music. Yeah. If you don't get that one, then you need to go on the internet and search that up. Everything that we own, made using these methods. It's bad, it's awful, but should I care? I'm not worried about it, if I'm being honest. We got work to live, that's how it is. It's a reality. But yeah, that's it. Have a nice day. Goodbye.